Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. I think we better do that again. Oh, excuse me. I knew there was something deficient. I was still thinking about the volume on class number 3. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. On page 54, we'll begin with verse number 33. Kesari Kesavaluta Kadamba Kusumapika Kalindi Kalikakanchi Kalasubhava Samstita Kamamata Kratumati Kamarupa Kripavati Kumari Kundaniraya Kirati Kirabahina Kaikehi Kokilalapa Ketaki Kusumapriya Kamandalu Darakali Karmanir Mula Karini Kalahamsa Gati Chaksha Kritako Kamangala Kasturi Tilaka Kamra Chirindra Kamanaku Kapura Lepana Krishna Kapalbila Kuharasraga Kutasta Kudara Kamra Kuchista Kila Vishkapa Kargatikta Karakarva Kechari Kargabahana Katvanga Dahini Kyata Kagara Jobaristita Kalagni Kuntandi Katajaram Kadakyana Pradayini Kandendu Etilakaganga Ganesha Guha Pujita Gayatri Gomati Gita Gandhari Ganalolupa Gautami Gamini Ganda Ganda Bhaksara Sevita Govinda Charina Kranta Guna Traya Vibhavita Gandhari Gwahari Gotra Girisha Gakanagami Guhavasa Gunavati Guru Papa Pranasini Gurvi Gunamati Guya Kotabhya Gunadayini Girija Guyamatami Gurudva Jalballabha Garba Kapaharini Goda Gokulasta Gadadaram Gokarnanila Yasadam Guyamandala Bhartini Garmada Ganada Ganda Goradana Bhavardini Grini Mantra Mahi Kosha Gana Sanstha Padagini Gantharava Priyagrana Grini Santushta Karini Ganari Mandala Gurniyana Ritachi Ganaredini Gyanadatu Magi Chacha Chachita Charuhasini Chatula Chandika Chitra Chitamalya Vibhushita Chaturbuja Charudanta Chaturi Chorita Prada Julika Chitra Vasprada Chandrama Karna Kundala Chandrahasa Charudatri Chakori Chandahasini Chandrika Chandradadija Chori Chora Chandika Chanted one Badini Bachandra Chura Chura Vinasini Charu Chandana Litani
Chanchacha Marabhijita, Charubhadya Charugatis, Chandila Tandra Rupini, Charu Oma Priya Charvam, Churita Chakrabhaka, Chandramandala Madhyastha, Chandramandala Darpana, Chakrabhakastini Cheshtra, Chitra Churu Vilasini, Chitsvarupa Chandravati, Chandamas Chandana Priyam, Chodayitri Chirapragyam, Chataka Charuhetaki, Chatrayata Chatradara, Chaya Chandapari Chanda, Chaya Devi Chitranaka, Chanendriya Visarpini, Chandravanastu Pratishtanta, Jidro Pradavadedinim, Chedata Tresvarichina, Churika Chedana Priya, Janani Jamaratita, Jakaveda Jaganmahi, Janavadavi Jatilajitri, Charamarana Marjita, Jabudipa Vati Jwala, Jayanti Jalashalini, Om. Let's return to page 99, and we'll start with name number 151. She who is respected by Lord Krishna. That's a nice way to start. And remember, Keshava is the name of Krishna. He has beautiful hair. And Ka means the cause, that's Brahma. And A means the protection, the circumstance, the sthiti, that's Vishnu. And Sha means Shiva. And that's the termination, the Adi, Ant, and everything in between, the origin and the terminus. So Keshava, Krishna, is the name of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, all embodied in the form of he who has beautiful hair. She who loves Kandamba flowers, she who is queen of time, she who counts time, she who is all wealth, she whose praise was sung when the nectar was produced. Remember when the nectar was produced, Sadhavas Adya Mahalakshmi, Triguna Parameshwari, and then everybody said, Namastashi, 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 Namo Namaha. We all bowed to her. So when the nectar was produced, Mahalakshmi came forward, and then we sang her praise. She who is mother of desire, the Kamamatre. Hey, I got a really fun proverb. It's in Hindi, it says, Kam na vash na khane hai, kam na kavash na hone hai, keval ras nenjiya. It says, don't be a servant to your desires. And don't think that you can conquer desire. Remember, Shiv got the boon that he was the only one who could conquer desire. Remember the story of Narad? He was meditating in the Tapovan. Narad was sitting there in this grove in silent meditation, and Shiv had blessed that grove, that no matter who sits here, they will be free from any disturbance whatsoever. Their meditation will be paka. There will be no disturbance in their meditation. Narad sat there and he started to meditate. And he started to make japa, Om Namah Shivaya. So as Narad was making japa, Indra looked down from Swarg and he looked down from heaven, he said, hey, why is Narad producing such a tapasya? Surely he wants to become a candidate for the throne of heaven. He's going to come right out here when he gets his boon, and he's going to throw me out. I better send some disturbances to him. Well, he did. He called Agni, and he called Varuna, and he called Vayu. And he said, okay guys, use all your siddhis, all your powers, and go and distract the mind of that meditating Muni. We don't want meditating Munis marching up to heaven and throwing us gods out. So Varuna went and started making it rain. Narad didn't move. Well, Vayu went and he started to make the wind blow, and it was like hurricane force. Narad was totally unfazed. Agni went and he made a circle of fire all the way around Narad, and it was really tapasya. It was hot. It was like sitting in the Devi Mandir at noon reading the Chandi in front of the fire, and Narad didn't move. And all three gods went back to heaven, and they said to Indra, we couldn't disturb the mind of that meditating Muni. And Indra said, okay, this is a job for Kamdev. Let's send the god of desire, the god of love, to disturb the mind of that meditating Muni. And he called Ritachi, and he called Menaka, and he called all the other apsaras, and he said, ladies, go down there and use all of your alluring charms and captivate the mind of that meditating Muni, and Kamdev will go behind you and he'll shoot his arrow, and you'll disturb the meditation. All the ladies said, hey, do you remember when you sent us down to disturb Vishwamitra? And Ramba became a stone? Vishwamitra cursed us? I don't want to get cursed. Don't send me. Send any of the other apsaras. They're so beautiful. They're totally endowed with all the attributes. They're totally empowered to captivate the mind of that meditating Muni. Please don't send me. Indra said, you ladies are servants of heaven, and you are here to obey my orders. My orders are, don't lose heaven to the mind of a meditating Muni. You'll go down and disturb his meditation. Well, when their appeal fell on deaf ears, all the ladies were compelled by the order of Indra to go down and start dancing in front of Narad, and Narad didn't even move in the least. The grove where he was meditating had been blessed by Shiva. Who can disturb the mind of a meditating Muni who is blessed by Shiva? Kamdev himself went right down to that meditating Muni, and he drew his arrow with a flower on the tip, and he let it fly. The arrow hit Narad Muni and had no effect whatsoever. Narad continued in meditation. And Kamdev went back to Indra, and he said, that meditation is too strong for me. Even I am not empowered to disturb the mind of a meditating Muni who has been blessed by Shiva. I have no such capacity. Indra was terrified. Well, sometime later, Narad awoke from his meditation, and he started traveling around the heavens, and all the gods came to Narad Muni and bowed down. He said, what happened? He said, you don't know? You defeated Kamdev. Shiva was the only one prior to you who had defeated Kamdev. You had defeated the god of love. And we all give you our respect. Well, when Narad was was apprised of this situation, he was so excited, he went right up to Kailash and he said, "Hi, Shiva." "Hello, Narad. You look to be extremely elated today. What happened in your life?" And Narad said, "I defeated the god of love. He was powerless to captivate the mind of a meditating Muni who had been blessed by Shiva." And Shiva said, "You better be careful, Narad. Nobody really defeats the god of love. Nobody is free from desire. Maybe when I bless them, they're free from desire for a little bit of time. But nobody defeats Kamdev." And Narad said, "Shiva, I was meditating and Kamdev was sent down to disturb my meditation, and he was powerless over the strength and the endurance and the sincerity and the focus of my meditation. I was so attentive to your mantra. He was incapable of disturbing my mind." And Shiva replied, "That is definitely a great blessing, but don't ever let this news go to Vishnu's ear. If you ever tell that to Vishnu, you'll be in trouble." Well, Narad took his leave. He bowed down to Shiva and he started traveling around the universe some more. And then he just got this overwhelming urge to go to Vaikuntha and visit Vishnu. And he went up to Vaikuntha and he visited Vishnu. And Vishnu said, "Narad, you look so ecstatic, so elated. You are so full of joy. What's going on in your life, man?" And without thinking, Narad said, "Vishnu, I defeated Kamdev. I was sitting in meditation. Indra got scared that I was trying to take over heaven. He sent Kamdev and all the apsaras to dance and sing and captivate the mind of the meditating Muni, and he was incapable." And Vishnu said, "Oh, that's wonderful. You are such an attained being. You have so much enlightenment. You have so much power in your devotion. What a great circumstance. You have defeated Kamdev. Well, I am very impressed. The whole world is impressed with Narad Muni." Narad was even puffed up with greater pride. And he started off again on his circumambulation of the universe. And as he was traveling, he looked down from the sky and he saw a beautiful young princess playing with her friends in the garden. And he came down to the princess and he looked at her and he was stricken. He was just smitten. She was so beautiful. Well, he went to the father, the king. And the king said, "Narad Muni has come. What a blessing it is. Please, you come and let me wash your feet and do puja to you, and let me show you all the respect due to a meditating Muni." And after doing puja to Narad Muni, he said, "Narad, I have called for the swayamvar, the marriage ceremony of my daughter. She's going to choose a groom. Would you please look at her palm and tell me what kind of life she's going to have?" Narad took the palm of the princess and looked at the palm and looked into his beloved's eyes. And looked at the palm again, and he saw that whoever marries this princess is going to be the wealthiest man in the world. He's going to have peace and security, and he's going to have every emblem of attainment. This is the lady of all ladies. Her name was Mahamaya. And Narad decided, I've got to get this girl. I am in love. He told the fortune to the king and then departed. And he went to Vaikuntha, back to Vishnu. And he said, Vishnu, I met a lady of all ladies. Her name is Mahamaya. And I really want to marry her. And she's going to be choosing her husband from all the suitors tomorrow in the ceremony of Swayambara. That means the lady gets to take a garland and walk around an assembly hall, and all the kings and princes have been invited, and she gets to put the garland on the one she likes the best. And that'll be her husband. Narad said, Vishnu, please give me the most unique, distinctive, wonderful, glorious appearance so that she will definitely choose me. And Vishnu said, Narad, just yesterday you told me you defeated the god of love. And now you want me to turn you into a most distinctive appearance, the most unique, wonderful, glorious appearance. All right, I will do that. Eva must do. And he turned Narad into a monkey. And he had the face of a monkey, and he had a golden crown on his head, and he had beautiful silk ornaments covered with gold and gilded a suit of armor. And he went to the Swayambara, to the assembly hall, knowing that he had the most distinctive, unique, wonderful, glorious appearance of all the kings and princes of India. And he walked into the assembly hall, and all the other kings and princes started to laugh. What are they laughing about? Vishnu gave me the blessing. It can't be they're laughing at me. He went and he sat down, took his seat in the row of kings and princes. And Mahamaya took the garland, and she started to walk around the room looking at each of the princes, kings that had assembled there as prospective suitors to become the groom of this wonderful bride. And she came to Narad Muni, and she looked at his face and she screamed, ah! And she started to laugh. Oh, what's a monkey doing here? And she moved on. And she moved on, and Narad said, wait, something must be wrong. Vishnu blessed me with the most distinctive, the most unique, the most wonderful and glorious appearance. How could she laugh at me? Narad got up from his seat and ran around the back and took another seat in the front. And the princess walked all the way around and saw him again and shrieked and laughed and said, what's a monkey doing here? Narad said, monkey. The princess went on, and she saw Lord Vishnu. And she said, Vishnu? And she gave him the garland immediately. Narad got mad. And he went outside, and he looked into a pond, and saw his reflection in the waters of the pond, and saw that he had actually had the face of a monkey, and he got mad. Vishnu, I asked you to turn me into the most unique, distinctive, wonderful, glorious, radiant appearance so that I could get the girl of my dreams, and you turned turn me into a monkey? And you got the girl yourself? Even when you had no need to have the girl? Vishnu, I curse you. I've lost the girl of my dreams, and you're going to lose the girl of your dreams. And you turned me into a monkey, and you're going to have to call on monkeys and bears to help you find your girl and get her back. That's my curse to you. And Vishnu accepted the curse. And in the form of Ram, he lost his Sita. So the mantra, the proverb says, you can't control desire. You can't control the God of love. Shiva got the boon. Only he will be able to control that desire. Don't be a servant to desire either. Keval, only. Matra, sirf, ras menjya. You live in the nectar. Live in the nectar of Siddhanta Chara. Live in the nectar of yoga. In the nectar of union, the perfect union between the Atma and the Paramatma. Live in the ras, in the nectar of immortal bliss. You can't be controller of the God of love. You can't be a servant to the God of love. Just live in bliss. And that bliss is Siddhanta Chara, it's Yoga Chara, it's all the forms of karma yoga, puja, pat, homa, singing, sangeet, nrit, dancing, pravachan, what we're doing right now, explaining what we're doing, why we're doing, what it means, and how to apply it in your lives, and arpon, offering our service to God. Those 7 forms of karma yoga, those are the ras. They give forth the nectar, the amrit. And baki sabhuja, havahe. It's all bakwas. It's all nonsense. That's going to take us traveling from this side to that side and that side to this side, and we think we're going to control desire in this way, or we'll become a servant of desire in that way. Keval ras menjya. So she is Kama Matre, who is the mother of the desire. She's the Mahamaya, the mother of desire. She who is the essence of sacrifice. She who is the form of desire, Kamarupa. She who is the spirit of grace. And remember that kripa, that grace. Kri means do, pa means get. The grace is what you do is what you get. She who is ever pure, she who is situated in the container of sacrificial fire, and that's the kund, the havan kund. This is a container, and this is the sacrificial fire contained within. She was the object of search by devotees. Obviously, all of us are searching for her, for the true wealth, for the true essence in every activity that we perform. We want to achieve her. She who is accompanied by a parrot. Which one has a parrot? In chapter Bhuvaneshwari, in the meditation, Is he in chapter 6, or 7?
6 has not
The Nag. Then she must be in chapter 7 or somewhere around there. She is accompanied by a parrot, I believe it's Bhuvaneshwari. And you know that parrot, I used to live, when I lived in Vrindavan, I lived in a place called Nagarbashi Kunj. Nagarbashi Kunj was 2 doors from the Jamuna, you're just down the gully. And in the courtyard of this ashram, there was a neem tree. Very bitter tree. But it was the assembly place for all the parrots in our locality. That tree every afternoon was full of all the gossip of all the city. You could hear them. They were so talkative. just like a bunch of ladies at a social club. She was accompanied by a parrot. She who has a warrior nature. She who speaks like the song of the sweetest bird. Hey, that's really interesting. Do you know in ancient Greece, this bird with the sweetest song was called a philo bird? And the philosophy became the study of the sweetest song. Was the etymology of the word philosophy. The osophy of the philo bird. The song of the sweetest nature is philosophy. She who is the ketuki flower, that's the one that Shiva won't accept anymore. She who loves jasmine. She who holds a water pot. And she who takes away darkness. She who cuts the bonds of action. All those vasanas and all that karma granti. All those we all have a tendency or a vasana, an attribute that requires, that dictates that we respond to circumstances in a certain way. And these are the bonds of action. She who moves like a swan, very graceful. Also remember the swan is the hamsa, and the hamsa is the pranayam of the soham. So hamsa, 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 hamsa. Hum. Sa. She who embodies all manifestation from Ka to Ksha, all the Banjan Varna of the alphabet, all the consonants. She who brings welfare to all. She who wears a tilak of musk. She who is not still, that means she acts. She who travels with the king of elephants, that's Aravat. So that's the king of elephants, that's Indra's elephant. She who is the darkness of the new moon. And that also stands, it's like the dark night of overcoming egotism. It's the darkness in which the light shines. It's the darkness which illuminates the light. She was covered with camphor, and camphor is pure white and vibrant in illumination. She who is dark, she who is of brown color, she who gives the shelter of knowledge. She who is situated on the top of a mountain, she who upholds the earth. She who has supreme beauty. She who protects the entire existence. She who has a sword and shield in her hands. Remember, the sword is the sword of wisdom, the shield of faith, and that's her weapons with which she cuts down the iniquities of egotism and duality. She who it is minuscule. Ladima, she's so small. She who levitates above, and she does the Kechari Mudra, the action of rising above. She was carried by a swan. She who has a skull-cupped staff, that's the Kavanga. And remember, that's Kali who carries a skull-cupped staff, and it's also a missile of consciousness. She takes away the head of the ego, she puts it on her staff, and she beats us all up over the head with it. And that's the missile of consciousness which makes us to purify ourselves and devoid ourselves of all the iniquities and all the impurities. She who is famous, she who is carried by the king of birds, and the Kangaraj, of course, is Garuda, and he's the eagle of the shining, the golden eagle, the shining eagle, the Vahan, the carrier of Vishnu. She who destroys evil thoughts, thank God. She who never ages. She who discloses the knowledge of change. She who has a part of the moon for her tilak. She who is the Ganges. She who is worshipped by Ganesh and Kartikeya. And that's Parvati. That's their mom. Thanks, Mom. She who is the song of the wisdom of the three, that's Gayatri. She was the manifestation of light. She was song. She was a celestial singer. She who sings lullabies. She who radiates light. She who is always in movement. She who is like a donkey. Now, I met that lady one or two times before. That goddess, that form of the goddess is extremely popular, especially in the Western countries. She was like a donkey. And, you know, she's got that bhav. She's just a little stubborn. She knows what she wants, or maybe she doesn't, but she's going to get it anyway. She was served by celestial singers and dancers. I saw Gauri doing arati tonight, celestial singing, dancing. She who takes refuge at the feet of he who is one-pointed light. Govinda, remember, he is the bindu of go, the bindu of light, one-pointed light, and she takes refuge at his feet. And that's the name of Ganga. Remember when Radha and Krishna and Ganga started having a little romance, and Radha came into the room, and Ganga fled, and she took refuge at Krishna's feet. And Radha said, "Where's that Ganga? I know you, Krishna. You're going to do something improper with that young lady. I'm not going to allow her. I'm going to drink her up in one gulp." And Krishna said, "Oh, Radha, be peaceful. Ganga is at my feet, and she'll stay there." She was the expression of the three qualities, gunatraya vibhavita. She's expressing the three qualities all the time. That's Gayatri. That's Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. She who is an excellent singer like Shrima. She who is beneath the surface. She who is the lineage of wisdom. She who is Lord of the mountain. And she's Girish and Girisha at the same time, because she's the Ardhanarishwar. So she's the Giri is the mountain, and the Isha is the Ish is the masculine form of Lord of the mountain, and the Isha is the feminine form of the Lord of the mountain. She who is very deep. She who is all movement. She who lives in the cave of the heart. She who is the repository of good qualities. She who destroys the greatest sins. She who is most excellent. She who is full of good qualities. She who is hidden. She who is secret. She's hidden because she's inside. You gotta look inside. She's secret because she's there and you don't know it. We forget. She who gives qualities. She who is born on the mountain, Girija. She who is the embodiment of secret thought. She who is the strength of Vishnu. She who protects against pride. Why didn't you save Narad? I don't care. Just please save me. She who gives light. She who resides in the family of light. She who holds a club, and remember that's the club of articulation. Every time you sing a mantra, you're hitting another Ashura over the head. She who loves to listen to wisdom. That's Shrima and her love affair with Bapu. She who moves in secret. She who gives heat. And she who makes matter solid. That's you, Mom. She who is a bell. And remember the bell? It has this continuous vibration, this continuous tone. And when we adjust our vibration and our tone to the tone of the bell, then we get all in the same vibration and we start resonating and reverberating, and the sum of the parts is greater than the whole. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. she who destroys fearful demons, she whose manifestations of mantra radiate like the sun, she who makes the proclamation. And there's a special proclamation called Vyariti. Om Bur, Om Buak, Om Swa. The special proclamation. She who gives wealth to the masses, she who loves thunder, she who is the sense of smell, she who is the cause of satisfaction to the sun, she who is encircled by enemies. We're all surrounded by the manifested existence, which is enemy to the soul. Manifested existence says, look at me, put your perception outside. And the soul says, look within. And that's the difference between pradarshan and darshan. Pradarshan says, look at something. And darshan says, see its intrinsic reality. Pradarshan sees the form. And darshan intuits the internal essence. She who is always moving, she who radiates illumination, she who compacts solids. That's pretty solid. She who is the manifestation of wisdom, she who discusses, she who is the object of discussion, she who has a great laugh. She who is always moving, boy, she moves a lot. That lady gets around. She who tears apart thought, she who has various forms, she who is adorned with a garland of various flowers, she who has 4 arms, she who has frightening teeth, she who is clever, she who gives the episodes of life, she who is excellent, she who wears cloths of various colors, she who has earrings shaped like the moon, she whose laughter delights like the moon, she who gives beauty, she who is the bird who looks lovingly at the moon. Jakora, this bird it drinks water when it rains. Oh, it's like a chatak. He holds his mouth open and waits for a drop of rain to come. Constantly looking at the moon. Because the moon pulls the water. And when the clouds are full, she lets it rain, and then he gets to drink. In the same way, devotees of the Divine Mother are looking like a chatak or chakor. We're just looking and saying, hey, please give us the blessing. Mom, we want to be with you 100% in body, mind, and spirit. Please. All right. I'll go on. She whose laughter delights like the moon, she who is the body of the moon, she who wears a digit of the moon, she who hides her power, no need to show off. She who steals the minds of devotees, she who tears apart thoughts, thank God. She who speaks all the words, every vibration. She whose crown is the moon, she who destroys thieves, she whose body is covered with sandal paste, she who is fanned by a yak's tail, she who is in the midst of beauty, she who moves with beauty, she who is always shining, she who is the form of the moon, she who loves beautiful sacrificial fires, she whose character is pure, she who has a discus in her hand, she who is situated in the midst of the circle of the moon, that's the Soma Mandalaya, the 16 attributes of the moon, which encircle her. She who reflects the circle of the moon, she who has round breasts, she who is effort, she who is varied, she who resides in beauty, she who is the intrinsic nature of consciousness, she who is the spirit of the moon, she who is the form of the moon, she who loves sandal, she who produces inspiration, she who has infinite wisdom, she who is the bird who is always thirsty, she who has beautiful motivation, she who gives shelter to all, she who supports all shelter, she who is all reflection, she who is expressed in meter, she who is the goddess of reflection, she who cuts with her nails. Remember Varaki, when Varaka cut Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, he opened with his nails his stomach and saved Prahlad. And these are the first, we've reached to 300. Let's see if there are any questions. Yes, Mr. Srini.
Swamiji, when we call out to God, we normally look upward. Many people do. But there's also in spiritual literature, there's an injunction or a suggestion that we look inside.
Yes.
And find God inside. Which one is more efficacious for devotion or to reach our goal? Which attitude? Call looking upward and calling to God, or looking inside and calling to God?
Well, they're both extremely efficacious, especially for us novices. For people who are more adept, looking inward is definitely a more intense state of communion than looking upward. Those who look up, you've got a kink in their neck. They've got a physical problem, and usually they have their eyes open, and they see the sky and the clouds and the sun and the moon and the stars and they can't stay there for very long. But those who look inward sit in deep, deep meditation in perfect harmony with the gross body and the subtle body and the causal body, and they can free themselves from all kinds of thoughts. So looking upward would be possibly a condition precedent to looking inward. We would first look upward, and then we would look outward, and then we would look inward.
Swamiji, question from Nanda from San Jose.
Namaste, Nandama.
Pranam Swamiji. When life situations happen, like the temptations faced by the meditating munis of old, how does one discriminate that the situation is a next step to be taken in the journey or a step to be resisted? How does one know intuitively? Can you please share from your own experience? Thank you so much.
Nandama, I believe that you can tell from the purity of your intention what the next step in your experience is to be, and whether this particular incident meets that criteria. If you look at the circumstances surrounding the inspirations for you to deviate from your sadhana, is it the circumstance, the deviation, a temporary deviation which is going to enhance your sadhana in the future? Then yes, it's a positive. If it's something that's going to take you into deeper maya and deeper attachment, deeper worldliness, then kam kavash na karna. Don't be a servant to that desire. If you understand that this circumstance, this new inspiration to change my lifestyle is going to take me into a deeper communion. For example, you meet your guru, or you meet an illuminated being, or you meet Sri Ma walking down the street, and as you're going to the market, maybe you'll stop going to the market and go follow Sri Ma with her, because that's going to take you into a deeper sense of communion. But if you're walking down the same street and you meet Joe Schmo, and he says, come on, let's go out dancing, you might think that, hey, is my dance with Joe Schmo more important than fulfilling my dharma? Is that going to help me fulfill my dharma, or is that just going to let me dance a little more? And that will be your criteria for discrimination.
Swamiji, another question from Nanda. Pranam Swamiji, would you advocate learning astrology and or palmistry? And if so, would you be able to give us classes?
I stopped teaching palmistry and astrology, I don't know how many years ago. I would be able to give you classes. It was a prerequisite for every wandering sadhu who walked the paths of, especially the Himalayas. Because at least you had to have something to give to everyone, no matter where you ended up. So the easiest thing to do would be to pick up somebody's hand and say, oh, you should do some more sadhana. So every sadhu's got to learn how to read palms and do at least some charts. I left that business a long time ago. I don't think it's necessary for people who have 401ks and are going to retire as sadhus. I don't think it's part of the retirement package. It's part of the homeless sadhu package. If you're going down to the Union Rescue Mission, it will be a very handy skill to have. If you want to have a class on palmistry, I wrote a little booklet on it. Hey, maybe we'll put that on the website. We'll see. We'll talk to Mom. She told me get out of that business.
Swamiji, you had said about control, that we cannot control our desire.
Right.
Only Lord Shiva can do that.
Yes.
But when we take a vow for fasting, like we are doing in the Navaratri,
yes,
are we not trying to control our senses and therefore our desire?
We're controlling as much as we can, but we're going to get what we get. Now the proverb says, ras mengio. Now, as much as we can stay focused in that ras, as much as we can stay focused in the sadhana and the meaning, the application, the mantra, the asana, the pranayama, the mudras, the kriyas, the systems of worship, the fire ceremonies, the philosophy, and applying it to our lives and understanding what we're doing, then so much, hey, I'm sorry, desire knocks on the door and we say, I'm sorry, desire, I'm busy. I've got a sankalpa. I've got this vow of worship going on. I've got to listen to all the crazy things that Swami says. I promised I would. So, desire, please come back later or don't come back at all. But you can't have me now. I belong to another. I'm already betrothed. So yes, our vows of worship are designed to make us live in the ras. All the forms of the vows of worship, they're all designed to extract the ras, the nectar of immortal bliss, which comes from living in harmony with God. Either through worship, through fire ceremonies, through singing, dancing, talking about it, living it, serving her. And if desire comes at that time, say, hey, desire, I'm busy.
Swamiji, on page 93, there's name number 99, which says, she who exposes the hidden dharma. Lupta dharma pravartinye swaha. Swamiji, what is hidden dharma?
The hidden dharma is an ideal of perfection. And the hidden dharma is the one we don't know about. What is the sreshta adarsha of this bhakti? What is the highest ideal of perfection of this specific individual? The hidden dharma. I've got to look inside and see what my true nature is and what is the greatest possibility for the expression of that true nature. I want to make my contribution to society because I've been here. What is my gift? What's my contribution? Any of you tells me what your contribution wants to be, and I can show you a way to make it happen. to take it out of hiding. But if you don't know what your contribution is to be, you'll contribute as per your capacity. Now, some people's contribution is really deep, and it can be deeper. The hidden dharma, their shreshth adarsha, their highest ideal of perfection, but they get so caught up in the mundane that they don't even think to search inside. What is my greatest gift to the world? What is my passion? So they end up becoming a servant of passion instead of controlling passion and making it the expression of passion, that their passion is expressed through their activities.
Swamiji, another question from Nanda. Swamiji, there are so many Sahasranams, yet why do we not have one of Chandima? Please help me to understand.
They are all Chandi. All the ladies are Chandi. So you remember Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati are three forms of Chandi. Durga and Parvati are two forms of Chandi. Gayatri is one form of the three forms. There is only one God. There is only one goddess. The God and the goddess are one and the same. They are equal. Call him or her whatever you choose, or call it. Or I heard a new translation of the Old Testament. They call him Hishi. Excuse me. But anyway, it works. Anyway, it works for you. So this is another Sahasranam of Chandi. 1 minute.
So there's a follow-up question from Devi from Atlanta.
Please, Devi.
How can we find out what is our hidden dharma?
Look within. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste. Let me enhance that a little bit after the tape is finished. You know what? After you look within, Davy, look at what your passion is. Look what you love to do. Look at the greatest gifts you want to share. And look at how you can manifest that in your shreshth adarsha, Devi. How can you make that the highest ideal of perfection that everybody wants to love and rejoice and share in your sharing? Think of the gifts that you could give. Yeah, put yourself as a wandering sadhu. It's a fabulous exercise. Even if you can't do it physically, do it mentally. Put yourself as a wandering sadhu and you've got one bag and it's got two cloths in it and you got a begging bowl. And walk into a village. Say it's the end of the day and you're hot and tired and thirsty and hungry and sort of miserable. And walk into a new village where you've never been before and look in your bag and find something that you could give to everyone in that village which would make them want to feed you. Which would make them want to house you. Which would make them want to show you their highest respect. And give you a bath and give you fresh clothes and give you a meal and give you something to drink and make you comfortable. Now think of what that could be that you put in your bag, that you can carry in your bag. You've got your love, you've got your joy, you've got your enthusiasm, you've got your inspiration, you've got your knowledge, how much experience you've had, how much you've seen. What could you give those people to improve their lives, to change their lives, to inspire them, to empower you? Your shreshth adarsha, your highest ideal of perfection, Devi. It's a great exercise to figure it out. And to experience and to try it out. And that's why a wandering sadhu gets such an opportunity to experiment. What works? What doesn't work? What do I have to share with these people? I'm not just going there to beg. I'm going there as a sadhu, efficient one, trying to improve the lives of these people. Now that's a way to ascertain what is your highest dharma, your hidden dharma, the secret gifts that you've got inside that you can go ahead and share. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste.